I am Chris Watts. Unfortunately, I will not be winning any Father of the Year awards anytime soon. Before I get started, let me warn you, this won't be easy to listen to. I will not hold back from telling my gruesome story. When I met Shannon Watts, she was struggling with health problems. It was 2010, and I was just a guy browsing Facebook when I came across her profile. I decided to send her a friend request, and to my surprise, she accepted. We started talking, and before I knew it, we had been talking for months. Eventually, we decided to meet up, and things just clicked between us. 8 years later, we were married with 2 beautiful daughters and another baby on the way. We moved to Colorado and started building our family. Our first daughter, Bella, was born in 2013, and Shannon was over the moon with excitement. She loved Bella so much and cherished every moment with her. Then, in 2015, our second daughter, Celeste, was born. Shannon was thrilled to be able to have another child despite her battle with lupus. She cherished every moment with Celeste and saw her as a blessing. In 2018, we found out that Shannon was pregnant again with a baby boy she planned to name Nico. By all outward appearances, our marriage was strong. But in the summer of 2018, Shannon noticed that things had changed between us. She texted a friend on August 7th, saying that I had changed, and she didn't know who I was anymore. I hadn't been touching her, kissing her, or talking to her. We'd never had a problem like this before, and she was just so upset that she wanted to cry. On August 13, 2018, Shannon and the girls disappeared, and I was the last person to see them. I gave a series of interviews, pleading for their safe return. But on August 16, Shannon's body was found on the property where I worked. Bella and Celeste were found later that day in oil tanks nearby. I was arrested on 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of tampering with a body. While in police custody, I claimed that I told Shannon that I wanted to separate, and when I went downstairs, I saw her strangling Celeste. Bella's lifeless body was nearby, and I just ran upstairs in a rage and strangled Shannon. But the cops didn't believe my story. They said that it didn't match the evidence they had, and they believed that I killed them all. They soon learned that I was having an affair with a co-worker named Nicole Kessinger. She cooperated with the police and told them that she believed that I was going through an amicable divorce. Before coming forward, Kessinger had worried about the public shaming that she might face, and she even searched online about Amber Frey, the woman who had an affair with Scott Peterson, the infamous killer who murdered his wife, Lacey, and their unborn child in 2002. The real story was: I strangled Shannon in our bed on August 13, 2018, after I told her our marriage was over and she said I would never see our children again. It was a moment of pure anger and frustration, and I just couldn't control myself. Our daughter Bella came into the bedroom clutching a blanket and asked what was wrong with Mom. I just told her that Shannon wasn't feeling well. Shannon was 15 weeks pregnant with our 3rd child at the time. After I strangled her, I rolled up her body in a sheet and put it on the floor of the back seat of my truck before placing our 2 girls in the back seat. I didn't plan to kill our 3- and 4-year-old daughters, but I drove out to an oil work site roughly 40 miles from our home. Once we got there, I smothered both of our daughters before dropping their bodies into separate oil tanks. I remember how Bella desperately tried to save herself, and out of all 3, she was the only one that put up a fight. I did all of this because I wanted to be with my mistress of 2 months, Nicole Kessinger. I couldn't handle the thought of losing her, and I was willing to do anything to be with her. I was caught and confessed to the murders just hours after appealing for help to a TV audience. I pleaded guilty to the murders during a court appearance on November 6, and was sentenced on November 19. I was handed 5 life sentences for the murders without the possibility of parole. The house where I murdered Shannon remains in legal purgatory and sits empty. Our story garnered national attention, and a 2020 Netflix documentary called American Murder: The Family Next Door was created around it. It examines the lead-up to the horrific triple homicide and includes a never-before-seen footage and text messages. In a confession letter written from jail, I described how I got our daughters into the oil tanks. I tossed Shannan's body face-first into the hole, which forced her to partly give birth to our dead fetus, who was to be a son named Nico. I then forced Celeste's body through an 8-inch hatch in one of the tankers, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to just let her drop through the hole and let her go. I heard the splash as she hit the oil. As for Bella, her last words were, "Daddy, no," when I smothered her. It breaks my heart every time I think about it. Hundreds of mourners assembled to pay their final respects to Shannan, our daughters, and our unborn son, Nico. I pleaded guilty to their slayings in exchange for being spared a possible death sentence.